Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Misha and I am a professional special effects and beauty makeup artist. I have created this channel to inspire, entertain and educate on the world that is makeup. I am so excited to bring to you my first ever YouTube tutorial, and what better way to kick things off by this creepy cut and stapled face SFX look. So to find out how to create this look in the clip and the image you just saw, then stick around and enjoy the video. So to start with, I made sure that I had a nice clean face. This is really important as your face is obviously a canvas, so in order for these products to really stick and cling to the skin, it's important to have a fresh face. So I started, as you could see before, I started with the good old trusted Nye Wax. When I use Nye Wax, I traditionally swap between my fingers and a tool. In this case, I'm using a spatula tool. Just a bit of disclaimer here, please be careful if you're using any sharp tools. Preferably don't use any sharp tools. Try and use things that are softened on the edges, but you can still really smooth out with the wax. Now with the wax, I got a roll of wax. Usually you're best working with like sausage shapes, as they're easily moldable. You can fit them into small spaces, you can move them, bend them, rather than one massive clump of wax in one go. So once I got the shape of the wax that I wanted and the amount of wax that I wanted, I quickly put that wax onto my face. This is so important because wax melts down so quickly, and once you've got that in your hand and it starts to melt in your hand, that's it, it's sticking everywhere. It is so frustrating and annoying. So it's so imperative and important that you get that wax onto your face, obviously ensuring that you've got it in the position that you are happy with. So once I got the wax on the face, I tried touching it as little as possible, because then you've got the heat from my face as well. So this is where a lot of people become to dislike wax. This is just due to it is a product, if not handled correctly, can be really difficult to work with due to it being so sensitive to heat. So here you can see I'm actually using a piece of tissue just to simply clean my fingers and also clean the tools that I'm using, just to help to remove any excess wax. So now is like getting to the really fun part. I'm actually taking again another tool. Another disclaimer, this is quite sharp. I've been doing this for years now, so I really trust myself to not actually end up hurting myself. So please take care when doing this. When you're doing it yourself, maybe don't use a sharp tool. Maybe use a pen that is maybe ran out of ink, due to the pen being rounded and not as sharp as the tool I'm actually using. Now as you can see, I'm starting to set the wax with the amazing Mehron translucent powder. This is so important to set that wax, due to obviously it being a very sticky surface. Usually I would use latex to set it and then powder on top of the latex. However, in this look I managed to get away with not having to use latex. I try to avoid that as much as possible, just due to trying to keep the edges really thin to then make the look even more realistic. So I'm constantly swapping between a throwaway sponge and 2 throwaway brushes. It just helps to get the actual powder on evenly. The brushes are more towards the edge where there's delicate areas, and the sponges to make sure to really get that on. So because we don't want to be wasting our time, do we, really, making the process longer than we need to. So it's just a really good technique. Get it on with a sponge, guys, and then just get in there for the detail areas with some throwaway brushes. Make sure they're throwaway due to the wax actually getting on the brushes. Moving on, I actually started to apply some foundation. The reason why I did the foundation, and it was quite a pale foundation, is because the reference photo I was looking at, which I'm always referring back to, which I highly recommend you doing, is they've got actually quite pale skin. So we needed to get rid of the redness in my skin, because I always get dead hot and flustered under these lights. As you all know, my girl could add some lights, but they are hot, so I'm just applying that, tapping it onto the face, because we don't want it to be flawless and perfect like we usually would do in, like, say, a beauty makeup look. We want it to look mottled and a mess, basically, but we still really need to cancel out the red tones, the orange tones in the face. I forgot to mention that I'm using the Maybelline New York 24-hour Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation in shade True Ivory. I absolutely love this foundation. It's really high coverage, however, if you stipple it on, you can really make it light coverage. But as you can see, I'm just simply stippling that on with my finger. I wouldn't do this in a usual scenario where I want my makeup flawless, but as we just said previously, we want this quite messy, so stippling it on, especially over the wax, is the best way forward for this particular look. Moving forward, it's time for me to use one of my favourite, possibly my all-time favourite products of all time. How many times I want to say all time? I do not know. Ignore me. Is the Bruise Gels from Wigs Up North, which is a special effects and stage makeup shop. This product, it changed my life when I found it. It's basically a gel, and it comes in all different colours. The colours that it comes in is red, purple, blue, green and yellow. As you can see at this current time, I'm using the red gel. I always like to use the red as a baseline, as most bruises, especially new bruises, have reds in them. So, and it also goes really well with my initial skin tone. So I go from there, and the reason why this is so good is because you're able to build these gels up to the exact sort of bruising that you want, and to make it come across really realistic. So like I said, slowly building it up by stippling with brushes. I'm flicking between a rigid, sharp, bristly brush to a softer rounded brush. It'll just help, the soft round brush helps diffuse the intensity of the colour, whereas the spiky brush actually helps with creating spaces within the actual pigmentation placement, creating a mottled effect. So here you can see now I'm going in with the purple Bruise Gel, just the same technique as the red one. So here you can just see I'm building up the purple. At the minute it actually looks quite bright and colourful. However, don't let this scare you. This generally happens with Bruise Gel, certain colours like for say the purple colour. It will slowly diffuse, and the more you layer them up, the more it will come into play and look actually like a real bruise. You just really need to trust yourself when applying the more stronger colours, which for example are the purple, the blue and the yellow. Okay, and now going in with the blue. Again, just placing it wherever you feel like it actually needs to be placed. Same technique, the same method. Just go with your gut and go with your instinct. There's no right or wrong way to a certain extent of how to actually do this. Don't try and be too perfect with this. That's the key technique. Random placement is the best way forward when it comes to creating realistic bruising. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the yellow bruise gel, same technique, same method. I just want to take this time to quickly talk about this channel. Basically, as you know, this is my first ever video, so please be kind on me, guys. I just want to create cool, brilliant things and just hopefully share them with you, and also at the same time actually offer a bit of education and also entertainment. So I just hope to God that you really like this video. It's probably not the best video you've ever seen. It is my first one. However, I really put my heart and soul into this, so I really hope you guys enjoy this, and if you do, please subscribe and also hit the like button. It's just a great way to let me know if you like this particular type of content, if you liked the video, and any feedback would be greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, guys. So here now I'm adding more of the red. Like I said previously, Bruise Gels are great for layering. At this point, you're probably thinking, wow, that's really colourful, especially on the neck. However, later on, which unfortunately I didn't get captured on camera due to my camera actually dying, I actually go over all the colours with the smallest amount of foundation that we used before to mute all the colours back slightly. You don't want to do this too much because you lose the realistic colourful effect that bruises have. However, you don't want it this bright, but like I said previously, you really need to trust yourself, keep going at it until you get the desired look that you want. So here you're probably thinking, what the hell has just happened? well, my camera just died. I really tried to drag it out as long as possible, guys, so you could have high quality video till the end. However, I'm in the process of sorting the issue out, but I really didn't want to miss these steps, so I had to film on my iPhone, which isn't the best, let's face it. However, it's better than nothing in my opinion, and I hope you guys agree. But all I'm doing here is basically I am adding blood into the wound. I'm also adding Kryolan cream red makeup as the base to add depth to this cut. And then I went on to adding the staples. These are simply just staples from Asda, and I broke them up into the thickness that I wanted them and glued them on with some liquid latex. So yeah, and that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm so excited that this is my first ever official tutorial that is going on YouTube. So let me know down below if you enjoyed it and if you want more content like this. Bye guys!